Okay, so we are learning about texture today, and at your tables, when you go back to your seats, you will notice there are these things, and they are called texture plates. So there are different textures on here that will give you different designs on your paper. And there's also, this is just a screen, which can give you an interesting texture as well. So I'm going to show you how to use these. You need to pick one. You're going to have to share with the other students at your table because we don't have enough for everybody to take all of them. You're going to put the texture plate under your paper like this. It can be going the opposite direction of your paper, or you could turn your paper so that you don't see it anymore. I like to have the texture plate sticking out from my paper a little bit so I can see where it is. And then you need to pick a color crayon, and you can choose if you want to use the tip of the crayon or if you want to use the side of the crayon. I'll show you. So the most important thing is that with your hand that you don't have your crayon in, you have to hold this down. Hold your paper and hold the texture plate. You don't want it to move while you're doing this. So then you're going to use the side of the crayon and you're going to rub. And if you hold it still, then you get very interesting textures. And that was using the side of the crayon. Now you can see what it looks like if I use the top of the crayon. Let me get a different color. So I still get an interesting texture. If I use the top of the crayon, I have a little bit more control over where I'm coloring when I use the top of the crayon. Okay, so there's one example. Now let's look at another one. This one's kind of has a bumpy texture on it. So put that one underneath. And use the side of the crayon, and then I'll show you again with the top of the crayon. So we have two different textures there. And then the screen is still the same way. Put that under your paper. Put your paper down on top. I'm using the side of the crayon, and then here I'm using the tip or the top of the crayon. And that's how to use the texture plates.